What if you could start the best business of your life simply from your laptop? You don't have to hire any employees. You don't need a big office. You don't need to create a product or invent any item or anything like that. Most people never believe that that's possible because they think that they need a big team or they need a ton of financing or a ton of money to build something real. I'm about to show you exactly why that's not true and why one business beats every other option right now in 2026. For those of you who do not know who I am Colin Main. I used to be a oil field welder. I was welding on pressurized pipe in northern Canada. I would work in minus 50 Celsius. It would be the coldest place on the planet some days. And I was essentially tired of trading my time for dollars. So that's what led me to start looking into e-commerce. In my first year using the exact system that I'm about to show you guys, I did over $450,000. I remember it's the reason that I was pulled from the cold. And hopefully it can do something similar for you guys, because this video is not going to be bullshit or fluff or theory. I'm going to walk you guys exactly through the real reasons why Amazon FBA is the best one-person business you can start in 2026. Reason number one, buy what already works. All right, let's start with the first reason. I think that a lot of people are visual learners. I know I myself am. So I want you to picture two people. The first guy invents his own product. He spends months, he designs it, he does product research, he orders a big batch of it, then he waits weeks or months for it to even show up. And then on top of that, he's gonna have to pray that someone wants to buy it. He's gonna probably have spent thousands of dollars before he even sells a single product or item. Now, the second guy, on the other hand, he walks into a store, he finds a product that's already selling like crazy. He then buys it and sells it for a profit margin. There's no guessing, there's no praying. He already knows that people want it because it's flying off the shelves. They're already buying it. Now, out of the two of these gentlemen, which one of these two do you think sleeps better at night? You see, most people lose money when they start a business because they're betting on a product that is not proven yet. But with the system that we use, you're not betting on anything. You're buying what's already winning. And that right there is the power of online arbitrage moving into wholesale. You're finding products that people already want, then you're scaling into buying straight from the source. Because what happens is when you do this, you skip the riskiest part of starting a business, which is essentially trying to create demand. You just let the market tell you what to sell, then you go and sell it. That's it. There's no rocket science. It's not a grand strategy. You're not the artist trying to paint something new. You're just the guy who spotted the winning painting and figured, how can I sell this? Or how can I sell copies of this? But know this, knowing what to sell is only half of the battle or the strategy, because a real one-person business has to give you your time back. Otherwise, you've just built yourself another fucking job that you're working. And that brings us to reason number two. Amazon does the work for you. When I was welding, I would work 21 days to, 34, 35 days straight. And then we would get 1 week off. It was a direct trade. My time for their money. That's it, nothing more. If I stopped showing up, the money stopped coming into my account. So if you were to compare that to this, once you find a product and then you send it to Amazon's warehouse, Amazon does all the heavy lifting. They store it, they pack it, they ship it, they handle the customer service. That's Amazon FBA. So while you're at the gym or training jiu-jitsu if you're like me, or hanging out with your dog or your friends or whatever it is that you like to do, that product keeps selling. Now, I want you to be consciously aware of this. I will never tell you that this is 100% passive income, because that's a fucking lie. It's not. I'm not going to lie to people. But you can work towards passive income with this model. Amazon becomes your warehouse, your shipping team, your employee, all without you having to hire a single person. What happens is you get the power of having a giant company, actually one of the largest companies in the world, as just one guy with a laptop. You have all of that behind you. And that's a pretty close thing. It's probably the closest thing to freedom that I can think of or that I've heard of. That's the whole reason why I got into this. Now, before I move forward, I would like to address something, because I know exactly what you're thinking. Is Amazon oversaturated? Which brings me to reason number three. No. Amazon is not oversaturated, and it drives me nuts when I hear that. You've probably heard somebody say Amazon's oversaturated, that it's too late, that everybody's already selling on there, there's no room left for you. I hear this nonstop. I've literally heard it for like 8 years, and every year it gets more wrong because the data tells us that it is. One small note on competition is this. Wherever there's competition, there's demand. Remember that. There's more people shopping online every single year. It's not less people. The pie keeps getting bigger and bigger. It's not getting smaller. So when somebody tells you that Amazon or e-commerce in general is oversaturated, what they're more than likely telling you is perhaps they gave it a try. They tried to understand how to be successful with it, and they couldn't figure it out, and they gave up. Being early into the Amazon or e-commerce space isn't the point. Being consistent and using a proven strategy, that's the point. There's millions of products on Amazon every single day. There's new chances popping up. It's not too late. Right now might actually be one of the best times to get into it. If I can share one piece of life advice, it is this. Don't let someone else's excuse become your reason for never getting started. Okay, now that we both understand that Amazon does work and it's an incredible market to get into, the next question that people typically ask is, how much does it cost to get started? Reason number 4 is there is a low barrier of entry. When most people picture starting a business, they picture needing a massive loan or a huge pile of savings or a ton of finances. And this is exactly where my hybrid system is different. We start people with online arbitrage, which basically means you can start with a much smaller amount of money because you're buying products that already sell, then you're gonna flip them fast. Your cash is gonna come back quickly, and then you can put it right back into inventory. You're not sinking your whole savings into one giant bet or one large order of quantity. You're turning smaller amounts over and over and over and over and letting your money grow as you grow and you progress and scale your business. Once you build up cash flow, you move into wholesale, and that's where you can really start scaling quickly. You don't need to be rich to get started in e-commerce. You need to be willing to learn and follow some steps, obviously. This business is one of the few businesses where effort matters more than the size of your bank account. In fact, I will share a story with you about a gentleman named Rob, because his story essentially proves this better than anything I could ever say. Now, Rob came to us exactly 1 year ago. I love Rob, he's a beauty, but he had zero knowledge of e-commerce. Zero, like absolutely none. He didn't know the first thing about Amazon, about product research, or anything like that. He's not some tech genius. He wasn't a business school grad. He was just a guy who was willing to learn and follow a system. That's it. 1 year later, literally exactly 1 year later, Rob did $130,000 in sales, starting from absolutely nothing. Rob crushed it. I want you to think about that and what that means. It means this isn't some trick or that it only worked for me because I got lucky or something like that. No, Rob followed the exact same system, the hybrid system, online arbitrage into wholesale, and then he got the results. That's it. That's why I created this blueprint, this offer. The only thing standing between you and the same result is deciding to start and being willing to be coached and being malleable to learn. This system is repeatable. That's the whole point. This isn't about me being special or a genius or anything like that in any manner. Not at all. I just told you I was a welder. I barely graduated high school. It's about the system. The system working when you actually work on it. All right, this next reason is probably the biggest one, and it's the one that nobody ever talks about, so I want you guys to pay attention. Reason number 5, you own the skill. A lot of programs will hand you everything done for you. It's called done for you. They'll say, don't worry about it, we'll run the whole thing. You just sit back, you collect your money, it's all good. Honestly, we used to do that, and we had done for you business models years ago, and it fucking burned us. Because what happens is Amazon changes their rules and their terms and conditions suddenly, just like that, and a bunch of our clients had problems they didn't understand and they couldn't fix because they never learned how to do any of it on their own. They didn't understand how the back-end systems and how the processes work. And I remember Amazon changing those terms and conditions, and it essentially screwing everybody that had that business model. And it taught me a very important lesson, which I'll literally never forget. And the lesson is this: when you don't understand your business, you're useless, you're helpless. The second anything changes or any problem comes up, which problems are always coming up, things are changing, you need to adapt, you need to improvise, overcome. So now we do it completely different. We teach you everything you need to know. Everything we do is done with you, not for you. I'd rather teach a man how to fish than to catch a fish for him. Because when you understand your product research, when you understand sourcing, when you understand the whole system of yourself and your business, nobody can pull the rug out from underneath you, so to speak. Not Amazon, not me, not anybody. And this is what makes it a real one-person business instead of a house of cards that could come crashing down at any moment. You own the skill. You own the knowledge. You walk away able to run this entire business on your own. That's the difference between renting a result and actually owning a business. So let's bring this all together. What does this look like when you put all this information and everything I've just explained together? Amazon FBA lets you sell products that are already proven. You're not gambling. You don't have to create a product. You don't have to do any of that work. You don't have to do any marketing, nothing. Amazon stores it, they pack it, they ship it, they do all the customer service, the returns. You essentially get the power of a giant team behind you as one person. I want you to Google this because you can look up this data. The market is growing every single year. It's getting bigger and bigger and bigger. It's not shrinking. So obviously it's not too late or oversaturated. You can start with a smaller amount of money and then you grow from there. So you don't need to be rich. You don't have to have hundreds of thousands of dollars or tens of thousands of dollars in order to get started with this business model. And when you learn the proper system or the right system, the right way, you own the skill. Nobody can ever take that away from you. It's a very, very high value skill to understand how to do e-commerce successfully with Amazon. Which is exactly why out of every one-person business that you could start in 2026, this is the one that I would put my name behind. This is the one that I would bet on because I've lived it. Like, I know it. I went from freezing in the oil field. I hated my life. I was working 12, 14-hour days in northern Canada. I was trading time for dollars. And now I've been able to build my own freedom, my own financial freedom, my own location freedom. I've been able to work remotely, travel wherever I want. So when I shoot this content and I provide all this value to you guys, 100% for free, take it, run with it. It's because I know I can get behind it because it fucking changed my life. But yeah, no, I wouldn't have the life that I have, which I am very grateful and blessed for, if it wasn't for this offer and looking into this. And hundreds of other people, Rob, a lot of others, they've done the exact same with this system and this strategy. Now, if you are somebody that is serious about making a different change for your life, adding an additional stream of revenue, and you would like to, I don't know, say skip the line, so to speak, and start working with me directly and my team, I would like you to click on the first link below this. It'll take you to my Instagram page. DM me the word Amazon. That's it. I'll start chatting with you. We'll have a little bullshit session. We'll see if maybe working together makes sense, if it's the right fit for you. But if you're not ready for that yet, you just want to learn the whole thing first, step by step, from getting your LLC set up all the way to making your first sale, I made a full course video for you. It's 100% free. You can click the link right here to watch that video next. It's called How to Start an Amazon FBA Business in 2026. It's over an hour long and it walks you through every single thing, everything you need from A to Z. And that's it. It's literally got everything. All right. I'll see you guys there.